So this talk is actually about either my experiences operating in that world or the experiences of others who've worked in the social enterprise and social equality world, and how I believe we can take some lessons learned in other spaces and apply them to create the kind of change that we need in hopefully what'll be a more painless or less painful and productive way. But where the philanthropic, VC, and corporate communities and worlds actually diverge, I think, is in the area of innovation. I believe that VC and corporate firms generally have a tendency to support innovation a lot more easily and more meaningfully than the philanthropic world. And I've also noticed that there are these insane expectations of folks that tend to do the work within the philanthropic world. And I think last but definitely not least, I don't necessarily think that we take care of the people who stick their necks out and really push the envelope and push for a great big idea that could be completely game-changing. I don't think we support that in any real way. So my concern for our industry as a whole is that we're going to have a hard time attracting the best and the brightest to solve the biggest problems in the world, because the word is kind of out that we don't take care of our own. You know, what kind of pipeline are we developing when we know that many folks look at this industry and see unhealthy, joyless people who aren't well compensated for their work and who are sometimes even punished for doing the good work? Maybe we need to think about how do we support those great big ideas going forward and do it in a way that doesn't put people in the hospital, that doesn't make them feel like they have to work their fingers to the bone in order to be valid, that makes them feel as though doing this work is something that the next generation would want to do. Hopefully there will be less to do if we do it right, but also because this is a fun job. But much of the way that I've done my projects really, is the way that many startups actually operate. And I encourage you to think about this in terms of how the philanthropic world is going to work as well. You need to do the market analysis to understand the need, and then come up with a really attractive way to fit that need. And then look for little bits of angel funding to beta test a design. And then refine the model so that you really understand exactly what it is that you're doing. And after that, then you start looking for the big bucks to turn it into something really useful. But again, the idea here is not that we're trying to create just this one little project, this beautiful little diamond in the rough, and everything else around it is kind of crappy. No, what we're trying to do is prove out the model. So the idea that we can bring all of these type of things together to really beta test the best that's out there. Look at the innovation and refine it in ways that we know can ultimately support the communities that we all care about. That's the important part of what we can do. We don't have to settle for that, but we cannot be comfortable in just looking only, at a list of measurable outcomes that only a funder really knows what they are. Let's really look at where are the great big ideas, how do we get them out there and support the people who have done and are doing the work so that they can continue to grow and we can continue to attract the best and the brightest that are out there, because we do need to save the world. Thank you.